911. Kenosha has been attacked. How can you do this to us, Budamayo? Huh? Oh my goodness. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're here to talk about all the trauma that we received last Wednesday. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Geek Culture Congress. Shouts out to everyone connected on wherever you're watching this show. Of course, a shout out to our audio fans listening to the audio version of the podcast. Welcome, everybody. We talk everything geek, nerd, comic book, pop culture. There you go. On the show, my good friends, Mr. Joey Franchise and Mr. Tarek Lewis are joining me live. How you doing, gentlemen?
What's up?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. Good. Joey Franchise is a local DJ, worldwide influencer, and a music director for Wild 94.1 in Tampa, Florida. Yeah. And Mr. Tarek Lewis is actor, comedian extraordinaire, currently touring right now. So make sure you follow him at My Name is Tarek. And so you can find out his comedy schedule when next time he's going to be live somewhere. And of course, and check out the IMDb so you can check out all the shows that he's already been in. That's right. Mr. Tarek Lewis, how you been, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I am the sole viewer of Fallout.
Yes, you are.
The sole viewer, yes.
We haven't checked in with Rich because Rich couldn't make it to the show today, to the live show today. But I'm assuming that he hasn't watched either since he's busy as well. Welcome everybody. Tell everybody. Spoiler free, of course, because you know nobody likes spoilers, right? Unless we it's been out for a while, right? Tell us how you feel about the show, man. Fallout. Have you played the video game before?
Never played a video game.
Never played a video game, so you have no the video game background at all.
No.
For it.
No.
Okay.
I got no skin in the game as far as the
no skin in the game as far as being.
I've never played it either.
Okay. All right. Cool. So tell us what your take is on it. And if you enjoyed it, is it mid? What is it?
It's decent. It's no Last of Us, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's a lot more comedy in this, of course. It's not as dark as some of the other things. I think it's better than Halo.
Okay, well that's not a high bar. Halo's the recent episode was like,
I haven't seen Halo season 2, so I can't comment on season 2.
Oh yeah, season 2 is. Yeah, there's some good highlights, and of course there's some highs and lows. There you go. That's what I say. Yeah.
No, Fallout is a decent show. It's decent.
Okay, cool.
It's decent.
Right. Good season. So, are you interested now? Are you gonna play the game eventually?
I'm absolutely not playing that game.
It's a long game. I'll tell you that. It's like it'll burn some time. Yeah.
Because what I would have to go back to like a PlayStation 2 to play that game.
No. You got on the PlayStation 4 or whatever you have, a 5 even.
But it started on PlayStation 2, didn't it?
Yeah, but you don't need to play it in sequential. Each Fallout is like its own story.
It's its own thing.
Yeah. It just kind of in the universe of Fallout, Yeah. So
I must say, even without having the knowledge of the game, the show is decent. It's solid. It's funny. It's got some humor to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got suspense. It kind of ended with a big moment, but a lot of a cliffhanger. So it's not a very complete season. It's like, okay, it almost ends with like where the journey's going to start for
maybe like a mid-season ending.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It kind of felt like the ending of the first half of Invincible season 2, where it's like, we're stopping right now, but I think they're done for this whole season. But it was a solid. Listen, I got through it in a weekend. And I had stuff to do.
How many episodes are there? 8, 10, 15?
8 episodes. Yeah,
8 episodes.
They dropped them all at once.
Dropped them all at one time.
What?
Yeah.
Binge it tonight, Joey. Binge it tonight with me.
Yeah.
We caught up.
Yeah.
So
solid submission by Prime there. Good choice.
Yeah. Who's on the showrunner for that? I don't know if it was somebody noteworthy or just a new person.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We take a quick look.
But I'm excited to watch it. I've
Geneva
played.
Robertson direct and
Okay.
Graham Wagner.
Okay.
I am
I
watching
never
those.
played the game.
No.
What is the whole premise of the
So
game?
Fallout is kind of a role playing game, but so there's two there's the original game, which is kind of like I play like Windows 95 of Fallout. That you are looking down at your character, and you're kind of clicking where you want him to go, and it's kind of that kind of role playing game, you know.
Hmm.
And interacting with the game and building up your character and stuff like that, and killing people and or doing missions and different things like that. So the game's the world's premises, it's the end of the world and all these, but humankind has prepared, and there's a whole bunch of these what they call vaults, that are like bomb shelters, but self-sustaining bomb shelters where communities of humans can live in a vault, and like there's like crazy big very fiction based big, you know,
Hmm.
that they can grow their own food down there. They have like virtual reality down there and things like that and stuff like that. So
Oh.
what happens is some people decide, or whether monsters that were created by nuclear fallout come and attack the vault and get in and make everybody escape, or people that are just in the vault decide, okay, we're gonna go up to the surface and find out what happened, and then discover or explore the new Earth. They go up to the world, or your character will go up to the world, and that's how you start your adventure and building up, and you find out what's going on with the world and or wherever you're at, and interacting with all the good and bad that's in the world, and collecting weapons and building up your character and doing cool stuff. And
What's that whole point of that cartoon? Like the cartoon character?
he's the mascot of all of the
the
vaults. So
mascot.
he's the mascot of the company that makes the vaults and a lot of the tech that they use, and this weird futuristic Earth. He's like the Acme, the Acme mascot, for all the technology. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually do a very good job of the world building. Like I said, I had no like what you're talking about the vaults. They explained that very well throughout the series. I had no idea about anything.
Cool.
And vaults and ghouls and knights, and I had no idea of any of this, and it was still interesting. So
all right, so if somebody's at zero, never interacted with the game at all in any way, and doesn't know anything about the backstory, they won't get lost. They can just jump right in. Episode 1 takes them in.
Yeah,
right, cool.
You definitely don't need to know.
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing. I think that's always good when you take an IP that people are not too familiar with.
Whereas, like I watched Twisted Metal. I don't know if you guys watched Twisted Metal, but
no, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I watched that, and you don't need to know, but it's definitely more enjoyable if you're at least familiar with the game and some of the characters.
Okay.
To enjoy Twisted Metal.
Well, it's on my list tonight, at least to start. I know it's pretty beefy episodes, right? Hour episodes, 8 of them.
They don't feel like an hour.
No, okay. Probably
they don't feel like an hour.
5 minutes, something like that.
They're not quite that short. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I recommend it.
Cool. I'm gonna check it out. Joey, let's talk about our shared trauma. Wednesday's episode of X-Men 97 would like kick the show into high gear. Like, it was already pretty good, good, very entertaining, very reminiscent of what came before, and a good direction of where they wanted to go now as far as the plot. But then it just went into overdrive with this episode, like at 9/11 to the whole fandom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, well, in a good way. I mean, it's very entertaining and a lot of drama and stuff like that. How you feel about the direction this recent episode War aptly? Is it War? I think this was a Remember, Don't Forget, or something like that. I forget the name of the episode. Don't Forget. And
Remember it.
Yeah, Remember It. There you go. Remember It. Yeah. How you feel about the episode?
I was blown away, man. I'm glad they really gave Gambit some love, and I feel like every X-Men character is getting their shine on in this series early on. where we're like 5 episodes deep now. Last week it was just kind of a rogue and not a rogue, Storm and Jubilee kind of episode. But every X-Men's getting their shine. I think they're doing some great character building off of like stories that are being continued for people that are just catching on. Because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember every single X-Men show from back then. I was probably like 5 years old, 6 years old watching these things. So my attention span probably lasted only all but a couple seasons. But anywho, like, I mean, we're literally having this is not a show for kids. This is there's a lot of love triangles going on.
Yeah, it's wild.
There's a lot of deaths going on.
Psychic rapports are a thing, okay, with your significant other, okay.
There's some violence in here. Yeah, it's crazy stuff going on, and I'm really enjoying it because it's really like our nerd novella.
Yeah,
it's really a nerd novella.
My wife was watching it. My wife wasn't even on board. She was just humoring me with it, in the background, looking at her phone, kind of following the story, but not really. But like when like all the drama started going down, she was like, "Oh my goodness! Like this is like a nerd novella."
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of WTF moments. I mean, from Cyclops still having contact with Madeline Pryor, and then Jean Grey finding out, and like, what, you're telepathically connecting with her? That's our thing. And then Jean Grey making out with Wolverine, and then you find out that Magneto was out here smashing Rogue. This is crazy stuff. And then Gambit knows all this stuff, and he's just chilling.
Yeah, he said some really interesting lines, Tarek. Like,
he took some subs.
Like, yo, you belong to the streets, pretty much.
Yeah, he told Rogue he belonged.
We good, we friends, baby. How you feel about the episode in the whole, and some of those some of these character definitions for Gambit and Rogue in this episode?
It was tough for me because out of this team of X-Men, Gambit is my favorite.
Same.
So I'm like, come on, man. My dog. So I'm hoping that there's a direction in this where we're going spoiler full, right?
Yeah, rock out.
Yeah,
well, I'm hoping that they bring him back as a horseman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or something like that, because that happens in the comic books where he's one of the horsemen.
He unlocks like a greater. He unlocks more power.
Yeah,
so he becomes Omega level.
Right. So I'm hoping they do that. I'm because that's my dog. Like, I like all the new characters and Morph and all that, but Gambit's my guy. But I must say, if he's gone for at least an extended period of time, they send these characters out with a bang every time they go.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's quotable stuff that already is memeable stuff that's already up right now on the internet. I mean, like the whole episode and that his ending, was very memorable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's one of the best X-Men things I've seen overall, like including the old show, the movies. Is one of the best X-Men properties I've seen.
Yeah,
I think a slept on part is Scott going off on the reporter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they also caught him and Jean arguing too on camera.
Yeah. That was dope. My man said if we thought like y'all, you'd all be dead. It walked off. Ran off on the plug.
Yeah, and I want to let everybody know, like these arcs are kind of like, they're of course these writers thing, but they sit on the backs of great stories that were already in Marvel Comics. Chris Claremont, I'm forgetting all those people who worked in those 80s, 90s X-Men books in the past.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of these stories is literally just adaptations of that you're getting right now in X-Men 97, Cyclops getting a little cranky, and a little mean. I mean, all these arcs are there in the books. You know what I mean? It's like, it's definitely for the fans, man. It's really well done and presented in a way that's not, immediately copies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also a kind of a homage to, to to what's been established in the comic books, and I really 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 enjoy that because I love me some X-Men comic books from back in the day. Who was that? Marv Wolfman, was it? Who else? I'm forgetting people, but it's definitely sitting on the backs of all those great creators. A lot of their ideas too.
Yeah, I was having a discussion with some people, and it's the sentiment is that you can tell whoever's the showrunners, creators of this one, read the comic books.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody who's like, oh, let's do some interesting thing, and these characters are popular. Let's put them out. We haven't gotten a lot of Wolverine.
Grant Morrison. Yeah, Grant Morrison was one of them as well back in the day. I had to look it up and remind myself here.
Well, I think there's reason for us not getting too much Wolverine because I think we're going to get a lot of Wolverine when Deadpool comes.
Right.
And he's going to be like dressed, you know what I mean? And he's going to be pretty much a live action adaptation. Not sure if it's the same universe as this one in X-Men 97. I doubt they're going to cross the cartoons with the live action stuff.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of doing it with What If because these cartoons exist in an alternate universe, and then you saw on Doctor Strange all those different multiverses he crossed through, and one happened to be a cartoon.
Also, before you continue, Joey, did you guys see the Watcher in the little?
Yeah, I heard.
Easter
Yeah, I
egg
saw
of the Watcher in the.
I saw a photo of it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's so fast. If you blink, you missed it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't notice it live. I was very shocked. Everybody was like, "Yo, did you see the Watcher?" I'm like, "Man, somebody's got to screenshot that for you, boy." I didn't see it live.
Well, it makes sense that the Watcher would be in it, considering the animation is pretty much polished to the level of the What If series. And, I mean, it's just rendered so that way it has that 90s feel, of the original X-Men stuff. But I mean, the animation looks somewhat similar to what the What If animation is. It's like right around the same thing. They're tiptoeing around that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. All around show. Shock at the end. Man, just I don't know how much more to talk about it because it was brutal. As my friend Sock says, thank you for joining us on the live show, brother. But yeah, it was definitely a brutal show.
Great. It was a wild sacrifice too with Gambit and how he sacrificed himself and what he did to that big Sentinel.
Heavy hitters fell to that big Sentinel. Magneto fell to that big Sentinel.
I think he lives though. I think he's still alive. I think he's just knocked out.
Knocked out? I don't know. That was a pretty crispy looking knocked out.
But we did see Cable come through, and he was warning.
Yeah, he was trying to warn Mom
about what was coming. And he's like, "Oh, am I too late?" And then he just gets pulled back into the future. So I'm assuming this is what the warning was for. And Gambit's not dead. None of these guys are going to be dead. What happens is, I think Cable's going to recharge himself, come back to the past, and write what was supposed to happen.
I agree. That might happen. How you feel about that, Tarek? Though,
I think something to that effect. I think something to that effect definitely takes place. They're not killing Gambit and Magneto.
Oh, I don't think Magneto's dead at all.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely something to that. And any other time that would seem like a cheap reset, like, oh, you're just going to reset the timeline. But in this instance, it makes a lot of sense because we're starting off with Bishop going back and forth, so we already have a precedent for time travel, and for fixing things.
Right.
So I definitely think they'll be back. The biggest question is who is behind this? And there's so many. Is it Cassandra Nova? Is it Sinister? Is it Apocalypse? Is it in the comic books they have this character Bastion? Is it him?
Yeah. That's an interesting looking council too.
Yeah, or is Trask still alive or something? Or the doctor that was helping him?
The doctor.
The name of that doctor?
Yeah.
The doctor that was helping him that made the Sentinels. I forget his name.
Yeah, he's still alive. I think they caught him. They caught him in the first.
Yes.
But they didn't kill him. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a combination of everything. Of multiple, maybe Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, collab,
Yeah, I don't know why we're seeing that Captain America shield in the future. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the trailer dropped, but that's for like not this recent, not for this episode. It's for the 2 episodes from now, because I think
Yeah.
this episode coming up is gonna continue with the arc of Storm and Bishop and what's going on with them. With the I forget the name of that character, that demon character that took a bite out of Bishop or out of not Bishop
Forge.
Forge. Sorry, what was the name of that character? I forget. It's a demon though. Yeah, no, it's not Death. It's some other demon.
It did what?
The Awakener or the
Shadow
look it
King?
up now. No, it's not the Shadow King. It's it had a name. Hold on. Villain and
The adversary.
the adversary. Yes, the adversary. So I went down a whole black hole of the adversary looking it up, and there is a bunch of stuff that in the comic books that he was used for, that they were used for, but it's very Indian based or Indian lore based. So I guess they're gonna focus on Forge's
By Indian, you mean Native American?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes. Yes. And I guess they're gonna focus on that backstory of Forge too as well.
Oh yeah, it's dope. Listen, it's something to be excited for. We're at a point now where you better get up and watch it early, or somebody's gonna spoil it for you.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking the other day. I'm not even gonna wait for my wife anymore. Just gonna watch it Wednesday morning.
You know, the only drawback is that whatever they do live action will have to match. It won't have to be the same storylines and stuff, but quality wise, it's going to have to match.
Let me tell you,
or it's going to be an inevitable comparison. You know.
Yeah.
I think
they're setting the bar really high.
Yeah, they might do a 360 on Boo the Mayo. I don't know. You know.
I mean, there's an outcry for people to for him to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, give that man his money, let him drop his OnlyFans, and then
he's very active on X or Twitter or whatever. He's working out on camera, and yeah. And then he actually dropped when that episode 5 dropped. He actually dropped some comments, and I believe he deleted them. I'm thinking
he doesn't seem salty.
Disney snipers over here.
No, it wasn't salty.
Yeah, he doesn't seem salty at all.
Yeah, he doesn't seem salty at all. He did drop some comments about episode 5, but I guess he deleted it because I'm trying to find it and it's not coming up.
Oh yeah, no, they took it down. I think he took it down.
He took it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he definitely was.
They're probably like, this is not helping your rehiring process. take that joint down, dog.
Yeah, but he really didn't spoil anything. He's really just talking about the episode that's available. You know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean? So he didn't go. He didn't spoil the souffle. That's for sure.
I think people were asking him about the episode. He kind of responded, but without spoiling anything. And I think he said something to the effect of just wait. Just wait.
But I think in the comments he said, well, the ones that I read, he said that this was the 9/11 of that this was part of his selling pitch for this X-Men 97 to get the job. This particular episode, and the things that happened and the way it was presented as the shocker, as the day that everything changes for the mutants. In the.
Let me ask y'all this question: would you have rather this all dropped at one time?
I don't know. We wouldn't be talking about episode 5 like this in this way.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of be spoon-fed these things.
Yeah,
I guess it depends on the show now. You know what I mean? So something that's very anticipated like this, I guess it needs to be released weekly. But something that's and then for example, something like Fallout that's not so known. Here's the whole thing. Tell us what you think after it. You know what I mean? It depends on the product, I guess.
Yeah, it gives us something to talk about every week, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just all at once, it's just like a lot to consume at once. You know what I mean? like the binge stuff is cool, but I think it's always cool with like shows that have already like aired or been around for years. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're kind of like right now, we're just living in a moment. You know what I mean? We're in a moment each week with these episodes, and we have time to really like dissect them and really like watch them and pay attention to detail, like the Watcher, blink and you miss scenario that occurred on the last episode. So I mean, and we really get to really just kind of sit with these characters and let all these guys have their moment. Each character in these X-Men series have been having their moment, their moment to shine, their one shining moment. So before they actually like dive deeper into some more narrative and to the bigger picture, which is Mr. Sinister, which is gonna come wreak havoc, I'm sure, like later on, because I heard episodes 8 through 10 is when it gets really crazy.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. Let's go. So, yeah.
A plus Disney.
Yeah,
they did it. They got something right, man. I mean, and this is good too. Like they got some good momentum going on right now. With the show, with X-Men, with they had a really good show at CinemaCon too. There was a lot of stuff that came out about that. So I'm sure
let's talk about CinemaCon a little bit.
About that.
Yeah.
We got there was a Deadpool, a Wolverine kind of intro to Kevin Feige step into the stage on CinemaCon, where Deadpool says, "Hey, they're gonna come back for something. Somebody was gonna come back for," and then he gets cut off. So they were trying to insinuate something about Secret Wars, but before he could finish his sentence, he got cut off because apparently, like a phone, like part of the scene of the moment or that intro was the phone ringing, and Wolverine just jumps in and tells everybody to shut their phones off. But they did show the first 9 minutes of the movie though.
Really?
And I have the details. It's just like cliff notes of it because it's when the YouTube I was watching. Shout out to Emergency Awesome. He was breaking down the whole. I guess he saw it or knew somebody that saw it, but he basically it's just Deadpool. It opens with him just retiring from being a superhero. He works at a car dealership with Peter from the X-Force, and he's trying to sell a car, and he fails horribly in the most Deadpool way. So he ends up like he sees that Peter has his Deadpool suit in the locker, and he's just kind of like reminiscing and things like that. And then they start celebrating they start celebrating Deadpool's birthday. So they celebrate Wade's birthday. Apparently him and Vanessa have split up. You remember they were talking about having a kid, so I'm assuming like the part of their breakup is because they didn't have the kid. They lost the kid, unfortunately. But yeah, it just kind of opens up like that. Paradox in the TVA knocks at his door. Kind of everything else we saw in the trailer where he just gets dragged into the TVA happens after that. Okay. And it's pretty solid. Like there was more detail to it, and the detail was just more of the dialogue, and it sounds funny as hell. Just the way like his interaction, again, him being a car salesman and him interacting with customers. Right. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. I guess Chris Hemsworth makes a cameo in it. And there's a cameo where he's like holding Deadpool, like the way he's holding Loki. And Paradox says, "Oh, you're not supposed to see that." You know what I mean? Like, all those TVs.
Yeah.
I guess it's like all these different scenarios of ways to make Deadpool a hero again or something like that. I don't know. I guess they're trying to put him in these scenarios of where he best fits in whatever timeline. Part of the cinematic universe timeline or our main MCU one. He also so he sees a video of him laying dead and Thor holding him, and Paradox is like, "Oh, you're not supposed to see that. That happens later on in the future," and which got people speculating that that's going to be a scene from Secret Wars.
Okay.
Very cool.
This could be interesting if it's a Daredevil kills the Marvel Universe type situation.
Yeah.
Let's see. Warner Brothers was their first day at CinemaCon. They showed some Furiosa Mad Max Saga
Yeah.
with some new footage. We excited for some Furiosa? Or the Mad Max boat has left the building a long time ago.
No,
How do you
I'm
feel,
excited
Tarek?
for it.
Yeah, Joey.
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh
I am not excited for it, but
no,
I'm not
no.
trashing it. I'm not. I'm open to seeing it and hoping that it's
Okay.
good. The
All right.
last Mad Max film was good,
Yeah,
but
it was.
it's not a franchise that I get excited to see.
Amen. I hear you. I
But
agree.
the movies have been good. So
Yeah. What about you, Joey? Yeah, you're here for it?
I am. I've never been like a crazy Mad Max fan, but I did enjoy watching the Tom Hardy uh rendition of the character.
Mm.
And Charlize Theron as Furiosa, the present day one in their universe. She was awesome, and that's what pretty much sparked them to kind of dive into her story. But it's good to kind of get a kind of a origin story for Mad Max. I mean, it's been so long since those Mel Gibson ones, and then Tina Turner and the Thunderdome
yeah.
joints. So it's like it's cool to kind of get an origin story and more of a for the people that probably wasn't around for Mad Max. I thought it was an interesting take for them to continue off of the Mel Gibson movies to make these Tom Hardy ones, and I'm just like, or the Tom Hardy one, I'm just like, damn. Even though it was really good, the visually was awesome,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to continue with this movie. And I like that Chris Hemsworth looks like a really good bad guy in this movie, so that's going to be
Cool.
interesting to watch.
Now they also showed Gotham Willy Wonka, Joker 2, Folie à Deux. I don't know if I said that right or not.
Folie à deux.
Folie à Deux. Finally got a trailer. You can watch it at your heart's content, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tarek, is it Gotham Willy Wonka or is it gonna be high praise?
I think it's going to be high praise.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm surprised at how hyped I am for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. When I heard it was going to be a musical, it was one of those like, oh my god, they're always doing something extra. Just do what you did before. Like you're making it just too complicated. But the trailer, I was very impressed with the trailer. I think it's going to be a kind of a psychological thriller with some twist in it, trying to figure out what's real and what's not. In the minds of these characters, maybe. So I'm actually here for it. I think it'll be good. I don't think it's going to be a comic book movie. So unless you're like really really into the writing of comic books, and some of the darker, more I don't know, intriguing aspects instead of the big stuff, then I don't think that I'm gonna go see the Joker and it's gonna be exciting. I don't get the feeling that it's gonna be this exciting thing. It's gonna be more of a like I said, a psychological thing. It'll be closer to Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon and stuff like that than it will be to Captain America Civil War.
I think that'd be cool, and I'm here for the musical now. I don't know. I've softened up to the music, so I don't know. I'm a sucker for a musical sometimes. Joey franchise. Gotham Willy Wonka or high praise?
I am
or
not
somewhere
a
in the middle.
fan of musicals. However, the trailer did look pretty good. It's gonna be very psychological. I feel like it's gonna be trippy as hell. We're gonna literally take a ride through Joker and Harley Quinn's mind. Don't really enjoy the whole Harley Quinn being in the asylum as a patient, as opposed to her being as like a social worker or a psychiatrist.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I get it. Like we've already kind of seen that with the Margot Robbie version, and this is obviously like a different take. But I don't know, man. Visually, it looks good. I just want to know. I just need to know. Like, I need more. I need to know where this is going. I think it's gonna win I think it's gonna win a bunch of awards. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be a very psychological, trippy musical joyride.
Okay.
Jukebox musical is what they're calling it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it is and see how it's.
But I think it's gonna win awards. I think it's gonna be what's that movie Ryan Gosling was it? La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want a bunch of. I think it'll be a trippy, psychological thriller
we don't know
version
yet.
of that. Yeah,
we just don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We just don't know. But they talked about actually James Gunn came out and they had the video with him, and he showed off the new logo for Superman, the Superman movie, and they teased that. That was about it. And then they talked about some Beetlejuice 2, which has been in the works for a while. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I'm hyped for Beetlejuice 2.
yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Something called The Watchers by Shana Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah. I don't. Maybe it's his sister or wife. I don't know. Cousin. Anything.
Oh, it's not M. Night. It's his.
No,
it's somebody else.
Ishana. Her name Ishana.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody.
And then there's something called Mikey 17 with Robert Pattinson.
Mickey 17.
Yeah, Mickey 17.
That's with Robert Pattinson, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's what they Warner Brothers came with at CinemaCon. CinemaCon is for movie theater presenters, or is it for
CinemaCon?
Anybody? So yeah, CinemaCon. Yeah. Is it for
movie studios?
Movie studios.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Get people hyped about stuff that's coming to theater, and then
Right.
tease some upcoming stuff.
So it's like the theater people, the theater professionals.
Yeah,
Right,
like
usually?
like probably like the
AMC.
AMC people of the world, Regal.
Right.
Yeah.
Lions-
Paramount was there, of course, and I don't know if you're about to say it, but they're talking about their GI Joe.
Yeah,
Transformers.
GI Joe stuff. Yeah, yeah. And, I'll
Combo
get that in a
down.
minute, but I want to talk
Oh, they
about
showed it.
Lionsgate.
I guess they showed footage of the new Transformers 2, Transformers 1.
Yeah. I want to talk about Lionsgate though, because we haven't heard nothing from Lionsgate. I haven't remember the last time I saw a Lionsgate movie, but they did a presentation. Now You See Me 3, which I didn't know was a. I forget. I don't know.
Wait, the magician movie?
That's the magician
Yeah,
joint.
yeah,
With
yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg. And Woody
Is
Harrelson.
everybody coming back? Or are they gonna do like a
I don't know.
period
It doesn't really
piece?
say. It
Yeah.
doesn't really say. But I guess apparently they are doing a remake of the Blair Witch Project.
I
So
saw.
that witch
I
is
heard
gonna
about
kill
that.
some more people. I don't know. There's also big news was they're working on a live action adaptation of Naruto. Tarek,
Oh my God,
My
Yeah.
nephew's
high
gonna
bar
love
to
that.
hit, huh?
that's a terrible idea.
You think so?
Yeah, have they not
Did you-
learned from Dragon Ball Z? Like, the live action
Well, I
one?
mean, One Piece was very entertaining, but that's a Netflix thing.
I like the Avatar, the Last Airbender.
Avatar's
on
pretty
Netflix.
well.
That was
Avatar's
dope.
been done very well.
But
So who
Man.
knows?
But
Naruto
Naruto is
was-
more. I mean, Last Airbender was a cartoon, but like it was one of those cartoons where, you can see it in live action also.
Yeah,
Naruto, I can't really see, and I think because of just his aesthetic. Dragon Ball Z tried it. They tried to change up some of the aesthetic on how these characters. Like it doesn't feel the same. Like
Yeah.
you need the headband, you need the spiky hair, you need all the what I mean, like the
Who's the
colors,
creator of
the
Naruto?
blue,
What's his name? I
orange,
forget.
black, loud colors. It just doesn't translate well. Trying to do
Yeah,
it on
your
live
main-
action.
your main character is the damn nine-tailed fox spirit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna be tough, man.
if they have, I think if they have the creator though involved, Masashi Kishimoto, I believe is his name, the main creator. I think the way that they had the creator of One Piece involved in the live action show as like a consultant or whatever it is, that they really picked his brain about the way that that was going to look. I think if they do that, they might be able to pull it off.
I really feel like in those scenarios, you need to go the Illumination kind of route and make it that kind of cartoon. You know what I mean? Or not the Illumination, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought Mario was executed amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see another Mario movie because of just how well like the animation was, and how identical it was to the video game. So I need something that's polished enough to like look good on screen, but not lose the essence of what I'm seeing on, on the cartoon.
Okay. But talking about games, and this is still Lionsgate, ladies and gentlemen, a live action adaptation of the classic board game Monopoly. I didn't know that the streets wanted this, Tarek.
This is crazy.
Margot Robbie is attached to this.
Yeah,
it's just
her production company, Lucky.
Bill Gates.
I said, what if if this is the plot, Tarek and Joey? Follow me, okay? Margot Robbie is a champion Monopoly player, but she gets caught cheating, and the whole movie is about her redemption story. Here you go.
Listen, if it's set in the 20s, it might be okay, or something like that. It might 20s? Be all right.
Yeah,
like the 20s or 40s. I'm like a modern Monopoly ain't gonna work.
No, you don't like my premise? No, it's not gonna
work. Nah, man. Or
maybe the Monopoly cheaters are real, bro.
It's true. They're probably gonna catch all those tropes too. They're probably gonna add all those tropes too. I think what happens is I think the premise is gonna be similar to what Jumanji is.
Wow, I can see that.
I can see that too, but I
guarantee you to be something like that.
Mm. And then just to keep on moving, we don't have a 2-hour show. Guy Ritchie's next film is also with Lionsgate, In the Gray, which is Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal will be two extraction specialists who have to rescue a negotiator from a dicey situation. And they also showed the trailer for Michael Jackson's biopic, Michael.
Yeah,
that'll be dope. But Guy Ritchie, man, he's on a roll. He came out with that Netflix, The Gentleman. That's a pretty good watch.
I still have not watched that.
Yeah? Did you enjoy it?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. You got to watch it. It's very, very, very good. Very entertaining. Yes, sir, Socks. I don't even know if they do. I stopped playing the board game version of Monopoly with my family because they're cheaters. So I got it on my PlayStation.
Dude, I play Uno on my PS5.
Yeah. Yeah, so they can't.
I got
cheaters, bro.
Like that.
And my homies cheaters, out here playing Uno, bro.
Yeah. I used to have the app, the Uno app.
Ashana Night Shyamalan is the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah. She's the daughter, and she's it's her directorial debut, but nice. She worked on Knock at the Cabin, and she worked on the show Servant on Apple TV.
Oh, dope! Those are good shows.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was also a first look at the John Wick spin-off Ballerina there as well, and the big deal was that John Wick himself will be a supporting character in this movie. How you feel about it? Another spinoff for John Wick? The TV show didn't do so well, huh?
Oh, the Continental?
Yeah.
Mama, you gotta go. It caused too many problems. I did not watch
wants attention.
Yeah.
No, me neither. Me neither. But I guess that says a lot about it.
No, man, it's just John Wick went too far for me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like by the time we got to 4, it's like okay.
It's a little wild.
I got Universal... too far.
Yeah, it did. Universal Pictures came with their stuff. They got a sequel for Five Nights at Freddy's. Joey, you excited for that?
Yeah. The movie was okay. I thought that the acting in the movie was okay. Like the main character, he was good. The old boy from what was it? Something Hutchison?
I don't know. I haven't got no more Universal Pictures screeners because of you, Joey. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Hungary. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. What do we got? Despicable Me 4, The Wolfman. I don't know what that's going to be about. The disaster film Twisters and Wicked.
You don't know what the Wolfman is going to be about?
No, I was joking. I was being a jerk. Robert Eager's Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Thank you. Okay. Also, a remake of Speak No Evil with James McAvoy. He was a professor.
McAvoy.
McAvoy. There you go.
Yeah. That trailer came out, and it's very, very creepy trailer.
Yeah, very creepy.
Well, that's a skeeper from me. I'm sending you to that one, Tarek. Okay. Here you go. What you guys wanted to talk about? Paramount Pictures. Major crossover announced at CinemaCon. Transformers will meet G.I. Joe in a new film. They're actually going to do it. And they also showed a first trailer for that Transformers 1, that prequel Transformers with...
Is it continue after the Rise of the Beasts?
You talking about no. So they did two announcements. They announced the crossover, which I guess is going to be a continuation of Rise of the Beasts. And then the Transformers 1 is a prequel, like in the past of...
Oh, it's on the actual... it's on Unicron.
It's a younger Optimus Prime and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so two different
Optimus Prime and Megatron go from brothers in arms to sworn enemies on their home planet of Cybertron.
Or Cybertron, yeah. Not Unicron.
Yeah.
I got my Kron wrong.
Then this is for you. This is for you, Tarek, right here. Look. A sequel for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
also a R-rated live-action adaptation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, which is a great read. I recommend everybody go get that graphic novel now.
I have that in my office.
Yeah, it's lit. Also, I get they're gonna do another Star Trek film.
Really?
About something? Yeah, that's what I said. It's Paramount.
Okay.
I need those stocks to go up. That's our old CBS radio stocks.
Yeah, man.
They stinking it up right now. It's getting bad. I thought about selling them the other day. A new scary movie.
Oh, they're rebooting it.
Yeah, rebooting it. I guess it's all it says here is a new scary movie film is also in development. There was also a final trailer for If, which Ryan Reynolds, which they're really getting behind that If cartoon or If family movie.
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is he's kind of good. He'd be great. He's great in kids movies. Like he has the personality.
He is. Yes. And then Sonic the Hedgehog 3. There you go.
Oh,
and,
they just announced
a big announcement. Yeah, let me put it up on the screen right now. I had it queued up. For you, Joey, just for you. So I know you're big on it.
Keanu
Reeves gonna be Shadow.
Yeah.
And let me tell you that Shadow was a big deal when he came out at the end of Sonic 2. In the screener.
Yeah.
Like all those kids lost their mind, boy. Like if Santa Claus came in person, you know? Yeah.
I can't front. I was low-key hyped.
Yeah, you were? Okay.
Yeah. Like my team just made the play in. I was like, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sucks. You're right about those old crossover comic books. I actually have the Marvel crossover ones, the G.I. Joe Transformer ones. And I got multiple copies because I already knew about this was in the works from our good friend, Mr. Mikey Sutton. May he rest in peace. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready to liquidate Tarek. Try and make some money.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't suck. If it sucks, then I'm not making no money. Nobody's gonna.
You got to decide between the CBS stocks and the comic books, man. You can't sell both.
I don't know what's gonna go first. I might hold them Paramount. See what happens. We might pull it through. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely, the comic books are up. They're up on the cutting block. But we'll see.
For a year without a lot of Marvel stuff, it's still a good year for geek stuff. You know, it's still a good year for it.
I think the companies realize that we're coming out to see these movies. You know, no matter what. Here you go. There was a teaser for Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2. That's our good friends at Paramount. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be ill.
Let's see. Oh, it gave me a whole paragraph here to read. Okay. According to Variety, the teaser showed Paul Mescal taking on a attacking rhino, a horde of vicious baboons, and Pedro Pascal. There was also naval bombardment, plenty of political intrigue, and two diabolical emperors were said to be every bit the equal of Joaquin Phoenix's character from Part 1. Denzel Washington's character also made a brief appearance. Rome must fall, he says in one scene. I only need to give it a push. There you go. It's got Denzel Washington. It's gonna make all the money.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Denzel Washington's in that?
Yeah.
It's gonna make all the money, bro. I'm there for it. Let's go. All right, of course. Here you go. There, the grand finale with our friends at Disney. They brought they showed some clips for Planet of the Apes, which I didn't realize it was them behind Planet of the Apes.
Fox.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess Fox and Disney is the same thing now. because they did Alien Romulus too, which is of course old Fox. They showed we got our first look at Harrison Ford in Captain America: Brave New World. They showed.
They also showed some footage.
Did they show there's some dialogue, right? Footage, right?
Yeah, there's dialogue. Yeah. There's actually a scene. Well, Anthony, I think Harrison Ford wants to reassemble the Avengers, and he brings Falcon in to do so. So that's kind of like the whole arc. Right. And Thunderbolt Ross is president or running for president, I think, at the moment. And either he is president or he's running for president. I forgot what they said, but I forgot what happens. But basically, they all get in a room, and it's like, I don't know if they're like making Falcon like officially Captain America. Mm-hmm. And there's like a bunch of dialogue in between this, but they all get in this room, and Isaiah Bradley's in there from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. He's getting honored. And here's the thing. Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross wants to reassemble the Avengers and pulls back on the Sokovia Accords. Mm-hmm. Because of Falcon's work on some mission in Mexico.
Interesting.
I think it's with him and the young Falcon, the Spanish kid. I think it's Joaquin.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, because of their work in Mexico, Thunderbolt Ross brings him in and wants to honor him. Wants to reassemble the Avengers, and Isaiah Bradley's there, and I forgot who else who's in that room, right. But they bring back these Hydra vibes. So a song plays out of nowhere, like this random ass song. I forgot what song they said it was, but it plays and it triggers Isaiah Bradley to go nuts. Mind you, he's the OG, but he still got that super soldier serum. Just like Cap and them, they age. A little differently, or their powers really don't go away. And Isaiah Bradley flips over a table. He's throwing people around. I think he throws Captain America around, Anthony Mackie, and it's. I heard it gets really.
You were holding out on us, Joey. You had all this info. You were holding out.
I was letting you ride through all them other movies that you was talking about. Had nothing to do with what we got going on. I was letting you have your moment. You was in the zone. But not there was a whole bunch of there was a lot of cool dialogue too. They acknowledged like the change in Harrison Ford from R.I.P. to William Hurt. They acknowledge like the change in a way, like, oh, you shaved your mustache. You know what I'm saying? Like they make little hints at that, and then just keep it kind of pushing those little slight, nods to, okay, this is a new guy playing a familiar character.
Right.
But yeah, the Isaiah Bradley's flipping out, getting triggered, and then another guy who's also has the super soldier serum is also brainwashed in a way too. So yeah, it's gonna. I heard it gets really intense, and they start throwing people around, and yeah, I don't know if that triggers. And I think this is like with these super soldiers going mad now, and them being triggered, and I don't know if nobody knows if Hydra's involved. They didn't really get too much detail on that, but eventually all this stuff kind of leads to Thunderbolt Ross grabbing that Hulk serum and becoming the Red Hulk.
Interesting. Of course, and then they did Deadpool Wolverine, which we talked about extensively already, and then Kevin Feige also announced that the official title of Thunderbolts is Thunderbolts with an asterisk behind it.
And he said you'll get the understanding of what the asterisk means when you watch the movie.
Okay.
What do you use the asterisk for again? Is it like to correct something?
Yeah, it may have. Yeah, it may have like a footnote or like a reference at the bottom that says only applies here. That's what asterisks are for, to indicate there's some subtext or some stipulations on something.
Yeah, because like in Marvel, when they would talk about a little dialogue box plot explaining, in the little yellow boxes, they'd put a little star or asterisk as a star, and then on the bottom they see Amazing Spider ASM issue 181, to reference what they're talking about in that little dialogue box,
Yeah,
something like that.
Dope.
What else we got here? These are not really nerdy things, but Inside Out 2, Mufasa the Lion King.
They showed footage of that.
Yeah, I guess it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a live action one, like how the last one was.
Yeah, I believe so. It said will contain completely new songs. Moana 2. Yeah, I forgot about that one. And that's it as far as the movie stuff that happened in CinemaCon, or at least what it was in that article.
Yep. Well, I gotta admit, I'm a little more enthused after Joey's description of what that one scene or what's going on in Captain America. I'm a little more enthused about it.
Me too. I hope it's some good super spy stuff. I'm down for it.
I think it ties into. I think at the end it ties into more of the grand scheme of things with like Secret Wars. Also,
cool.
So
yeah. I mean, I had nothing against Anthony Mackie as the Captain America. Like it happens in the comic books. It's just trying to find intriguing plots for the character to take on.
Right.
So seems like they might be onto something there. I could see it.
Robert Downey Jr. also announced that he wants to come back.
Really?
Which means that he will come back. I think
he's open to or he hasn't received any offers yet.
I think they're gonna use Secret Wars to bring back all these guys. They're not gonna be main MCU guys. They're gonna be alternate reality, alternate universe versions of themselves.
It's just an excuse to get them all together, to get
them all together for one last hurrah, kind of like Endgame, but they're really gonna do it in a way where they just kind of they build it so they can recast these guys, so they can move probably into a different universe. Yeah, I think that's kind of the route they want to go in. I think they need these characters to move the needle again. The Iron Man's, Captain America's, like, how do we do this all over again? It's been over, some years. Think about it, like, bro, like, what was it? Endgame. Endgame was what?
Emulate X-Men 97 episode number 5. That's how you move the needle. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Get to right.
5 years. So like, Endgame had a 5-year time jump, and we're in that 5-year time jump right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow. 12.
Well, I mean, after it's all over, it's a great time for Image Comics to start putting out stuff if they want to do a Savage Dragon.
I'm ready for some Savage Dragon, baby. I'm ready for that. Oh, there was an animated. There's an animated Batman and Spawn supposed to come out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that was fake though.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that was fake. That wasn't necessarily real.
What's going on with this Spawn movie that Jamie Foxx is supposed to be?
There's that too. Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. He did go to the hospital late last year, or middle last year. So maybe
what I used to like on Image, the Max. Remember the Max?
Oh yeah, the Max had a show on.
He had an animated show
TV,
for a little while. Yeah, I like that show. That was fun. All right, my ladies and gentlemen. I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about today, guys. What do you say? What's
not quite up our alley, but I did see the movie Civil War.
Yeah, how it
got all
means everybody's talking about it. So tell us how you feel about it.
Excellent, man. One of the best movies I've seen in the theater this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong statement.
It's not quite an alternate universe. It's not quite the future. It's just a depiction of a possible world, and it's not as political as everyone thinks. It's just more like Last of Us than it is like, oh, look at the politics of what happened if there was a civil war, who's on what side. It's more right. What would people be like and humans be like, and it really centers around the press, and it's basically these 4 reporters going to try to cover some of these battles and try to get an interview with the president who's fighting this war. And just them trying to get there. So it was really good. It's really good. And it's like, cinematically speaking, like the cinematography, like following them on fight, as wars and battles are going on with snipers. And if you're into stuff like that, war scenes, battle scenes, snipers, you know what I mean? Being chase scenes, it's like, it's really dope for stuff like that. So I highly recommend it. Just don't go in there thinking it's a political like story. It's not that. It's more like it's a very close to being a post-apocalyptic type situation.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna check it out. I definitely want to I think I want to check it out. All right, guys.
I finally saw Monkey Man too, and it was really good.
Yeah, did you like Monkey Man? Yeah.
I did like Monkey Man. Yeah.
Cool. Good. Joey, you haven't watched Monkey Man yet?
Not yet. I was gonna go see it today, but
it's all good, brother. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Of course, next Monday we'll be back again talking more about X-Men '97. That's the hot ticket. And hopefully more about Fallout. I'm gonna try and catch up on that Fallout. But Joey, let everyone know, listen to the audio version of the podcast. How they can follow you?
Follow me at Joey Franchise on my personal, and also Franchise on Film with more stuff like this.
All right, Mr. Tarek Lewis. Let them know how they can follow you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and on YouTube, and on both those platforms, my camera and my audio is synced up. So.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, you can follow me, my DJ life at DJ Speedy JR. Of course, subscribe to the official YouTube channel of Geek Culture Congress, Speedy's Multiverse. Shouts out to Socks and everybody who's joining us here on the live version of the show. We try and do it every Monday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Usually our favorite times to start the show. So look out for that. Subscribe, hit that notification button, and you know when we go live. There you go. You could be part of the show just like Sox is, and he's commenting and you know, going back and forth with us in the comments. We appreciate you, sir, and everyone that's joined us here in the lives, everyone on the Facebook and Instagrams and everything else. The Twitch channels too that are live with us right now too. Thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Of course, the audio version, if you're just into audio podcasts, look it up, Geek Culture Congress Podcast, and wherever great podcasts are listened to. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Next week, more X-Men '97. Oh my goodness, what are they gonna do now? We don't know. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Peace.